What if I told you that disappearing for 6 months could be the best decision you'll ever make? Imagine vanishing from your current life, cutting the noise, and focusing solely on yourself. No social media, no toxic relationships, no soul-sucking job, just you, your dreams, and an unwavering commitment to radical self-transformation. I dare you to step off the grid, embrace the discomfort, and emerge on the other side as a completely different person, ready to take the plunge and see just how far you can go. Imagine dropping off the grid for half a year, leaving behind the mundane routines, toxic relationships, and soul-sucking habits that keep you stuck in mediocrity. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the raw truth. The life you're living right now is a cage, and it's time to break free. For 6 months, I challenge you to abandon the superficial world of social media, quit seeking validation from others, and ditch the 9-to-5 grind. Embrace solitude, master new skills, and undergo a physical and mental metamorphosis. This isn't about running away. It's about running towards the most authentic, powerful version of yourself. I did it myself. 6 months ago, I decided enough was enough. I quit my job, deleted all my social media accounts, and told my friends and family I was taking a break. The first few weeks were the hardest. I felt isolated, uncertain, and tempted to revert to old habits. But as time went on, I began to discover a version of myself I never knew existed. I started a passion project I had always put off, got into the best shape of my life, and found clarity and purpose I had been desperately seeking. This journey isn't for the faint-hearted. It's for those who are tired of living someone else's dream and ready to reclaim their lives. Are you brave enough to disappear and discover who you truly are? Let's dive into the most controversial, transformative 6 months of your life. 1. Cut off social media completely. Social media is a cesspool of narcissism and manufactured reality, designed to keep you hooked, anxious, and endlessly comparing yourself to others. It's a digital drug, and you're an addict. It's time for an intervention. Imagine a world where you no longer waste hours scrolling through filtered lives, where your worth isn't measured in likes and comments, and where your thoughts are your own. Cutting off social media isn't just a detox, it's a revolution. It's reclaiming your mind from the clutches of algorithms that profit off your insecurities. It's about living a life unfiltered, raw, and real. 6 months ago, I took the plunge and deleted all my social media accounts. At first, it felt like I was amputating a part of myself. I had been so used to the constant buzz of notifications, the dopamine hits from likes, and the validation from comments. But then, a strange thing happened. I started living my own life instead of watching others live theirs. I realized how much of my self-worth was tied to the digital approval of people I barely knew. Without the constant comparison, I found confidence in my own journey. I read more books, spent more quality time with loved ones, and actually experienced moments instead of just capturing them for a virtual audience. I became more present, more focused, and infinitely happier. The silence was deafening at first, but in that quiet, I found clarity. My creativity surged as I no longer felt the need to conform to trending topics or popular opinions. I rediscovered passions I had long forgotten, passions that had been buried under the weight of social media expectations. Most people waste countless hours scrolling, comparing, and getting nothing productive done. Imagine what you could achieve if you redirected that time into real-world skills and self-improvement. Social media addiction is a silent epidemic, robbing you of your time, mental health, and genuine connections. By cutting it off, you're not just reclaiming hours in your day, you're reclaiming your life. Breaking free from social media's grip isn't easy, but it's one of the most liberating things you can do. Your mind deserves better than to be a battleground for likes and shares. Your life deserves to be lived, not just posted. So, are you ready to cut the cord and see just how far you can go without the digital chains? Trust me, the world looks a lot brighter when you're seeing it through your own eyes, not through a screen. 2. Change your environment completely. Your environment dictates your behavior more than you think. Living in the same place, surrounded by the same people, and adhering to the same routines keeps you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. If you want to transform your life, you need to disrupt your surroundings drastically. Staying in your comfort zone is a slow death. True growth demands radical change. Imagine uprooting yourself from everything familiar and plunging into a completely new environment. It's not just a change of scenery, it's a seismic shift in perspective. Changing your environment forces you to adapt, grow, and reinvent yourself. It's about breaking free from the chains of familiarity that keep you tethered to your old self. It's a declaration of independence from the status quo, a bold step towards uncharted territory. 3 years ago, I was trapped in a city that felt like a never-ending loop of monotony. The same streets, the same faces, the same routines. I was suffocating under the weight of familiarity. So, I made a radical decision. I moved to a new country where I didn't know a soul. The first few weeks were a whirlwind of culture shock, language barriers, and homesickness. But as the initial discomfort faded, I began to thrive. In this new environment, I was forced to step out of my comfort zone every single day. I had to learn a new language, navigate a different culture, and build a new social network from scratch. This experience taught me resilience, adaptability, and the value of human connection. I discovered passions I never knew I had, explored new career opportunities, and developed a newfound appreciation for life's complexities. The transformation was profound. I became more confident, resourceful, and open-minded. The challenges I faced in my new environment pushed me to grow in ways I never thought possible. My perspective on life broadened, and I learned to embrace uncertainty and change as essential parts of personal growth. Many people feel stuck in a rut, trapped by their surroundings. The daily grind, familiar faces, and repetitive routines can stifle creativity and personal development. Changing your environment can be the catalyst for profound transformation. It forces you to adapt, think differently, and reinvent yourself. We are the architects of our own lives, and sometimes the most powerful changes come from disrupting the foundations we've built. Our environments shape us more than we realize, and by changing them, we unlock new dimensions of ourselves. It's about more than just physical relocation. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth. By stepping out of the familiar, we confront our fears, challenge our limits, and discover our true potential. Change your environment and you change your life. Embrace the unknown, and you'll find that the path to your most authentic self lies just beyond the borders of your comfort zone. Start by evaluating your current environment. Are you surrounded by negativity? Are your surroundings limiting your growth? If so, consider making a change. This doesn't necessarily mean moving to a new country. It could be as simple as changing your living space, finding a new job, or seeking out new social circles. Moving to a new city or country, however, can be particularly powerful. It offers a fresh start, free from the constraints of your past. It's an opportunity to immerse yourself in new cultures, ideas, and experiences. The challenges you face will build resilience and character, and the new experiences will ignite creativity and passion. Imagine the possibilities if you removed yourself from the environment that's been holding you back. New places bring new opportunities, new connections, and new perspectives. So, Are you ready to break free from the chains of familiarity and embark on a journey of transformation? The world is vast, and there's so much more to explore and learn. Embrace the change and watch yourself grow in ways you never imagined possible. 3. Read a book a week. No excuses. Watching Netflix, scrolling through TikTok, and binge-watching YouTube are colossal wastes of time when you could be feeding your mind with literature that could change your life. Your brain is rotting from consuming endless junk content, and it's time to reclaim it with the power of books. A year ago, I decided to embark on the journey of reading a book a week. At first, it felt daunting. The sheer volume of pages seemed insurmountable. But as I persisted, something incredible happened. I found myself immersed in worlds and ideas far beyond my daily experiences. I read everything from philosophy and psychology to biographies and science fiction. Each book was a journey, a conversation with the greatest minds of history and the present. I noticed significant changes in my thinking, my problem-solving abilities, and even my conversations. I became more articulate, more insightful, and more creative. My worldview expanded, and I felt more equipped to tackle the challenges of life with a well-rounded perspective. Most people complain about not having enough time, yet they spend hours each day on mindless entertainment. The average person watches several hours of TV or spends time on social media every day. By simply reallocating some of this time to reading, you can finish a book a week. It's not about having time, it's about making time and prioritizing your intellectual growth. Start by setting a realistic reading goal. Choose books that genuinely interest you and mix genres to keep things exciting. Utilize every spare moment. Read during your commute, in waiting rooms, or before bed. Audiobooks can be a great way to consume books while on the go. Reading is more than a hobby. It's a lifeline to the vast expanse of human knowledge and creativity. In a world bombarded with superficial content, books offer a sanctuary for deep thought and reflection. They challenge our minds, inspire our hearts, and awaken our souls. By committing to reading a book a week, you are making a powerful statement. You choose depth over shallowness, knowledge over ignorance, and growth over stagnation. Embrace this challenge and watch as your world transforms with each turn of the page. 4. Pursue financial independence aggressively. The traditional financial system is designed to keep you indebted and dependent, ensuring you remain a compliant worker bee. Debt is a form of modern-day slavery, and living paycheck to paycheck is a trap to keep you from realizing your true potential. The idea that you need to toil away for decades just to enjoy a few golden years of retirement is a lie perpetuated by those who profit from your labor. It's time to break free and take control of your financial destiny. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you don't owe anyone a penny, that your financial future is secure, and that you have the freedom to pursue your passions without the constant worry of bills and debt. Financial independence isn't just a goal, it's a revolutionary act of self-liberation. It's about rejecting the chains of financial dependency and reclaiming your time and energy. While others remain trapped in the cycle of consumption and debt, you will be charting a path to true freedom. A few years ago, I was like many others, drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and feeling utterly trapped. I had student loans, credit card debt, and a car payment that seemed like a financial noose. The stress was overwhelming, and the idea of financial independence seemed like a distant dream. But I decided enough was enough. I made a plan to aggressively pursue financial independence. I started by cutting all unnecessary expenses. I sold my car and began using public transportation and biking, which not only saved money, but also improved my health. I moved to a smaller, more affordable apartment and adopted a minimalist lifestyle. I also took on side gigs to increase my income, working nights and weekends to pay down my debt faster. Every extra dollar went toward paying off debt. I created a strict budget and tracked every penny. It was tough, and there were sacrifices, but the sense of progress was invigorating. Once my debt was gone, I focused on building an emergency fund and then started investing. I maxed out my retirement accounts, invested in low-cost index funds, and even explored real estate opportunities. The transformation was remarkable. With no debt and a growing investment portfolio, I felt a sense of freedom and security I had never known. I no longer worried about unexpected expenses or job loss. I had the freedom to pursue projects that genuinely interested me and aligned with my passions. The peace of mind and control over my life were worth every sacrifice I made. Many people live with financial anxiety, constantly worried about bills, debt, and unexpected expenses. The fear of losing a job or facing a financial emergency can be paralyzing. Pursuing financial independence aggressively can alleviate this stress and provide a sense of security and freedom. It's about making your money work for you and gaining control over your future. Start by assessing your current financial situation. Track your spending, create a budget, and identify areas where you can cut costs. Educate yourself about personal finance and investing. Pay off high-interest debt first, then build an emergency fund. Once you're debt-free, start investing as much as you can. Focus on building multiple streams of income through investments, side hustles, or passive income sources. The pursuit of financial independence is more than just a strategy for economic freedom. It is an act of self-empowerment. It's about reclaiming your life from the clutches of a system that profits from your perpetual insecurity. It's about building a future where your choices are not dictated by financial necessity, but by your passions and values. Financial independence offers not just security, but the ultimate freedom. The freedom to live life on your own terms. So, challenge the status quo, break free from the chains of debt, and take control of your financial destiny. The journey requires discipline, sacrifice, and perseverance, but the rewards are immeasurable. Imagine a life where you are the master of your fate, free to pursue your dreams without the constant shadow of financial worry. The path to this life starts now. 5. Develop a new skill intensively. The education system has failed you. It's designed to churn out compliant workers rather than creative thinkers. You're stuck in a cycle where your skills plateau and your potential remains untapped. To truly excel and break free from mediocrity, you must take matters into your own hands and commit to developing a new skill intensively, ignoring the outdated norms that society has imposed on you. Imagine mastering a new skill that can dramatically change your life, open doors to new opportunities, and set you apart in a world where mediocrity is the norm. Developing a new skill isn't just a hobby. It's a strategic rebellion against stagnation. It's about pushing your boundaries, unlocking hidden talents, and redefining what you're capable of. While others are content with their comfortable routines, you will be investing in your personal evolution and future success. 2 years ago, I decided to learn programming from scratch. I had no background in tech, and the idea of writing code seemed as foreign as learning a new language. But I was determined to break out of my professional plateau and pivot into a more dynamic career. I enrolled in an intensive online boot camp, dedicating hours each day to studying and practicing. The first few weeks were brutal. I felt overwhelmed, lost, and doubted whether I could ever grasp the concepts. But I persisted, breaking down complex topics into manageable chunks and seeking help from online communities and mentors. As I began to understand the basics, a new world of possibilities opened up. I created small projects, each one more ambitious than the last, building confidence and proficiency along the way. After 6 months of intense learning, I was proficient enough to build my own applications and contribute to open-source projects. This new skill not only revitalized my career, but also empowered me with a sense of accomplishment and self-sufficiency. I transitioned into a tech role that offered better pay, more flexibility, and greater job satisfaction. The process of learning a new skill taught me resilience, problem-solving, and the importance of continuous growth. Many people feel stuck in their careers or personal lives because they stop learning and growing. The comfort of routine and the fear of failure prevent them from exploring new skills. However, dedicating time to develop a new skill can be a game changer. It opens up new career opportunities, enhances personal development, and increases your value in the marketplace. Start by identifying a skill that excites you and aligns with your long-term goals. It could be anything from learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, acquiring digital marketing skills, or diving into data analysis. The key is to immerse yourself fully, set clear, achievable goals, and create a structured plan. Dedicate specific hours each day to practice and study. Leverage online resources, join communities, and find mentors who can guide you. Developing a new skill intensively is a profound act of self-investment. It's a commitment to your future, a declaration of your potential, and a refusal to settle for mediocrity. In a rapidly changing world, continuous learning and adaptability are crucial. By mastering a new skill, you not only enhance your capabilities, but also expand your horizons, boost your confidence, and position yourself for greater success. Imagine the empowerment that comes from turning a weakness into a strength, from transforming uncertainty into expertise. Every hour you invest in learning is a step towards a more fulfilling and accomplished life. The journey of mastering a new skill is not just about the end result, but the growth, resilience, and discipline you develop along the way. So, challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone and dive deep into learning something new. Embrace the discomfort of being a beginner, celebrate small victories, and stay committed to your growth. The skills you acquire will be tools that shape your future, open new doors, and redefine what you thought was possible. The time to start is now. Dive in and discover the extraordinary potential that lies within you. 6. Cut ties with toxic people. The people you surround yourself with can either lift you up or drag you down. Maintaining relationships with toxic individuals is like drinking poison in small doses. It slowly kills your spirit, drains your energy, and keeps you from reaching your full potential. It's time to take a hard look at your social circle and cut ties with anyone who brings negativity into your life, no matter how close they might be. Imagine a life where you're no longer weighed down by the negativity, drama, and manipulative behavior of toxic people. It's not just about creating a positive environment, it's about reclaiming your mental and emotional well-being. Cutting ties with toxic people isn't an act of cruelty, it's an act of self-respect. While others might cling to destructive relationships out of fear or guilt, you will be making a bold stand for your happiness and personal growth. A few years ago, I was entangled in a web of toxic relationships. Friends who constantly criticized and belittled me, family members who manipulated and controlled me, and colleagues who undermined my efforts at every turn. I was emotionally exhausted and felt like I was suffocating under the weight of their negativity. One day, after a particularly draining encounter, I decided I'd had enough. I sat down and made a list of the people in my life who were toxic. It was a painful realization to see how many there were, and it was even more daunting to think about cutting ties with them. But I knew it was necessary for my mental health and personal growth. I started with the easiest ones: distant acquaintances and colleagues. I gradually distanced myself, stopped engaging in unnecessary conversations, and focused on building relationships with more positive and supportive individuals. Then came the harder ones, close friends and family members. I had honest, albeit difficult, conversations about how their behavior affected me and why I needed to distance myself. Some understood and changed, but others did not, and I had to let them go. The immediate aftermath was tough. There were feelings of guilt, loneliness, and doubt. But as time passed, I began to feel lighter, more at peace, and more in control of my life. The absence of constant negativity allowed me to focus on my goals and well-being. I found myself surrounded by people who genuinely supported and uplifted me, which had a profound impact on my overall happiness and productivity. Many people remain in toxic relationships out of fear of loneliness, obligation, or the misguided belief that they can change others. However, staying in such relationships can have severe consequences on your mental and emotional health. It can hinder your personal growth, destroy your self-esteem, and create a constant state of stress and unhappiness. To start this process, first, identify the toxic people in your life. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions with them. Do you feel drained, anxious, or unhappy? Are these people consistently negative, manipulative, or unsupportive? Once you have a clear picture, it's time to take action. For acquaintances and colleagues, gradually reduce contact and set clear boundaries. For closer relationships, have honest conversations about how their behavior affects you. Be prepared for resistance, but remember that your well-being comes first. Seek support from friends, a therapist, or a support group to navigate this challenging process. Cutting ties with toxic people is an act of self-love and empowerment. It's about recognizing your worth and refusing to allow anyone to diminish it. Toxic relationships can be a silent killer of dreams, ambitions, and mental peace. By removing these negative influences, you create space for positivity, growth, and genuine connections. Imagine living in an environment where you are supported, valued, and respected, where your relationships nurture your soul and inspire you to be your best self. It's a transformative change that starts with a difficult but necessary step. Embrace the courage to let go of those who hinder your happiness and progress. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your successes, comfort you in your struggles, and encourage your dreams. Your life is too precious to be spent in the shadows of toxicity. Take control, make the cut, and step into the light of a healthier, happier you. As you embark on this journey of self-transformation over the next 6 months, remember that true change comes from bold decisions and unwavering commitment. Each of the lessons discussed, becoming financially independent, intensively developing new skills, cutting ties with toxic people, and more, are not just suggestions, but powerful catalysts for a profound metamorphosis. Change is inherently uncomfortable. It's easy to remain in the familiarity of mediocrity, but greatness requires stepping into the unknown and embracing the challenges that come with it. The discomfort you feel is a sign that you are growing and pushing past your limits. Let it fuel your determination rather than deter your progress. Every decision you make should be a reflection of your self-worth. By prioritizing financial independence, you're declaring that you value your future stability and freedom. By developing new skills, you're investing in your personal and professional growth. By cutting ties with toxic people, you're choosing your mental and emotional well-being. These are acts of self-respect and love. The path to transformation is not a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and frustration. But remember why you started. Keep your vision clear and stay committed to your goals. The sacrifices you make now will pay off tenfold in the future. Each small step forward is progress, and each challenge overcome is a testament to your resilience. You don't have to go through this journey alone. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who inspire and support you. Join communities, find mentors, and seek guidance when needed. Positive relationships can provide encouragement, accountability, and valuable insights as you navigate your path. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements along the way, no matter how small they may seem. Each milestone is a victory and a step closer to your ultimate transformation. Celebrating these moments keeps you motivated and reminds you of your progress. Regularly take time to reflect on your journey. Assess what's working, what's not, and where you can improve. Be flexible and willing to adjust your strategies. Personal growth is an evolving process, and being adaptable is key to sustained success. The journey you're embarking on is not just about achieving specific goals, it's about evolving into the best version of yourself. It's about breaking free from the chains of mediocrity and stepping into a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. The power to transform your life lies within you, and the next 6 months are your opportunity to unleash it. Imagine looking back 6 months from now and seeing how far you've come, financially secure, skillfully adept, surrounded by positivity, and thriving in an environment that nurtures your growth. This vision can become your reality if you dare to take the bold steps required. So, here's to the next 6 months of relentless pursuit of greatness. Embrace the journey with courage, discipline, and an unwavering belief in your potential. The road ahead is challenging but immensely rewarding. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. Go forth, transform, and live the life you've always dreamed of. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. Begin now. Take the first step towards your transformation today. Set your goals, make your plan, and commit to the journey. You have the power to change your life in 6 months. It starts with a single, decisive action. Are you ready to disappear for 6 months and re-emerge stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled than ever before? The journey awaits.